The rain fell in shimmering sheets, but what you're about to see wasn't just a storm, it was a wall of water that seemed alive. Bending, twisting, obeying her command. In the middle of a remote jungle clearing, far from any village or road, she stood barefoot in the mud, her hands moving in slow, deliberate arcs. Every movement pulled the torrent into shape, curving it around her like a living shield. You could see the disbelief in the eyes of the men who had come to tear down her shelter. They couldn't get closer every step forward and met the crash of moving water that somehow never spilled onto her. The jungle seemed to hold its breath, the air heavy with the smell of rain and earth. This wasn't magic in a storybook, it was a skill, passed down through generations, hidden from outsiders, practiced only when survival demanded it. They say she had lived here her whole life, learning to read the river the way others read a book. She could hear its rhythm in her bones, see its strength before it struck. As a child, she'd play in the shallows, mimicking the way currents curled around stones. As an adult, she understood that water was more than a drink, more than a flood. It was a weapon and a shield, if you knew how to shape it. That night, when the strangers came, she didn't run. She led them into the open space where the rain poured hardest, and there, with every ounce of focus, she made the water rise between them. When the river god is appeased, it gives freely. But when it's angered, it takes as much as it will. Now listen closely to me, little one. When the river speaks, you must listen carefully. For it has a voice like rushing water and a temper like a storm. If you understand its song, it will be your strength. If you don't, it will be your undoing. Do you think those men understood? No. They were outsiders like you and me, drawn by rumors of hidden treasures deep in the jungle's heart. They thought the old woman's hut was where the riches lay, and they came to claim it for themselves. But they hadn't bargained for the river's wrath. The wall was never still. It roared, it shivered, it danced. Droplets leapt like sparks from a fire, spraying into the attacker's eyes. They tried to push through, but the force pressed them back, each wave hitting with the weight of stone. In the flicker of lightning, her face was calm, almost sorrowful. She wasn't fighting to win, she was fighting to warn. The message was clear. The jungle protects its own, and she was part of it. As the minutes passed, the storm swelled, feeding her shield. The attacker's shouts faded into the crash of water. Some slipped in the mud, others stumbled away into the trees, and finally only silence and rain remained. Slowly she let her arms drop, and the wall collapsed into harmless puddles around her feet. The earth drank deeply, and the river sang its low, endless song. It's not magic, little one, but skill and understanding. This woman has spent her entire life here, learning the secrets of the jungle. She knows how to work with the land and its people, the animals and the plants, even the river spirits. She doesn't fight the natural world, she works with it. That's why nothing can hurt her here. Everything around her is her ally. But why does she need all this power? Does she have enemies? Oh yes, many. People like us come to this jungle looking for treasure or shortcuts, or a way to make their lives easier. But we don't understand the jungle's ways. We try to change it, take from it, and it fights back. It doesn't like to be messed with. The old woman has seen many people like us come and go. Some have listened to her warnings, but most have not. They've tried to take what they wanted and suffered the consequences. How do you defend yourself against such a powerful river? You don't fight its strength, little one. You match it with your own. Just as the river rises and falls with the seasons, so too does our energy. We learn to ride those waves, to use the river's power to protect ourselves and our homes. It's not about brute force, but understanding and balance. Some say she's too old to be out here alone, but she's stronger than anyone I know. The jungle is her home, and she's part of it. Nothing can touch her while she stands. She bends like the bamboo, yet she does not break. How is that possible? It's not just about physical strength, little one. It's also about knowing when to yield. The river doesn't try to fight against rocks or trees. It flows around them, finding new paths and making detours. Sometimes the wisest thing is to step aside and let things pass. Oh yes, the river has taught me many lessons. Perhaps the most important is this: respect the strength of the natural world. Don't try to fight it. Work with it. Understand its rhythms, and it will become your ally. I want to tell you more stories about the jungle and its people, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. So please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Tell me which story you'd like to hear next. Your comments inspire me to keep going. And now, my little friends, it's time for bed. But before we go, let's review what we've learned today. What did the old woman do when the men threatened her home? She made a wall of water to protect herself. How did she control the river? She used her understanding of its nature and her connection to the jungle. What's the most important lesson we can learn from her? Respect and work with the natural world. Don't try to fight it. Now close your eyes and repeat after me. The river doesn't try to fight against rocks or trees. It flows around them, finding new paths and making detours. Sometimes the wisest thing is to step aside and let things pass. The river is strong, but it's also kind. It gives life to all living things and nurtures the land. Let us be like the river, strong yet gentle, wise, and compassionate. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss any of my new stories. Until next time, goodbye.